These are my Chapter 7 test corrections. First of all is the calculator section, and the first problem I got wrong is number 1, and I just simplified the exponents wrong. And so first of all, you have to distribute the -2 exponent to every variable or term inside of the parentheses, so you end up with this. And then you have to move the negative, you have to flip-flop the negative exponents. So you would move -10 to the bottom, so you would have y equals 14. -6 to the top, so you would have also 14. So x is 14 on the top and y is 14 on the bottom. And then the 4 and the 5 need to flip-flop, and 4 squared is equal to 16, and 5 squared is equal to 25. So you have 25x to the 14th over 16y to the 14th. Then the next problem I got wrong is number 3, and I just forgot to move like a term that was to the negative exponent to the bottom, so I had a really big number. So first of all, you have to distribute -3, the exponent -3 into this parentheses, to -3, which would be equal to 1 over 27, and to x, which would be equal to 6. And then you have to multiply that by 27x to the -12th. And so the 27's cancel out because 127 is on the bottom and 1 is on the top, because if you picture this over 1. And then, so you have to move x to the -12th to the bottom to get it to be positive. So you have x to the 6th over x over 12, or x to the 12th, and that is equal to 1 over x to the 6th. So that is your answer. Next is number 5, and during the problem I accidentally forgot to carry a negative sign through, so I just got the wrong answer at the end when I added. But so you have to first add 13 to each side to get 56, then divide by -7 to get -8, and then you have to multiply by 4/3 to get rid of the 3/4 on both sides, so you have the cubed root of 8 to the 4th, which is equal to 16. But I forgot to keep it negative, so it'd be -16, and then you have to add 2 to each side, and you get x is equal to -14. The last problem I got wrong on the calculator section is number 7, and I just forgot to put in plus or minus, or positive or negative, before the problem. So you just had to find the inverse of the problem, which is flipping y and x, so you have x and y, and then just solving for y, and you get y is equal to plus or minus the square root of 1 over 2x plus 5/2. The next section, the no calculator section of the test, the first one I got wrong is number 2, and it was because you had to find the real fourth roots of 256 over 2,401, and I found the fourth root of each of them, 4 and 7, but so it would be 4 over 7, but then I just didn't think that -4 over 7 would be a real root, but I was thinking about finding the real roots of a negative number. So the actual answer would be 4 over 7 and -4 over 7, and that was letter B. The next problem is number 13, and I had to write the problem, or the exponential form of the problem, into radical form, and I accidentally put 3 into the radical as well, when it was x to the 3/8, not 3x, and so it would be 3 to the 8th root, x to the 3rd. So that is your answer, and that was letter A. The next question I got wrong is number 15, and I just simplified it wrong, and so I thought there was none of the answers above the problem, but because I forgot to distribute -2/3 to 8, and so when you distribute it all out, you have 8 to the -2/3 and 8 to the 4th, and 8 to the cubed root to the negative 2 is equal to, you have to put it on the bottom, so it would be 4. So a to the 4th over 4 is your answer, which is letter A. The last one that I got wrong is number 21, and I was running out of time, and there was two, you had to graph the equation in its inverse, and so I knew that the two possible choices were B and D because when you plugged in numbers into the equation, it was negative. I knew it was going to be one of these because it was negative and it wasn't this. But when I found the inverse, I didn't switch the negative sign, so I thought that it was positive. So I thought that it was letter D because it goes to the right, but it would be letter B because that 1 is the only other option with parentheses on the bottom, and it is negative, so it goes left. So the answer would be B, and those are my Chapter 7 test corrections.